Okay. So a Valentine's Day episode where we aren't going to complain about a holiday for once.
I'm going to attempt. It's a first here at SMSoup or wherever we are. Don't give it away too soon.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable how you can just ruin literally everything.
What I almost wanted to do is I almost wanted to put a bouquet of flowers right under the mic and perfectly split it, but that would have been a nightmare for a video.
You mean under the camera?
Yeah, but like, so it would be just
You
on
said
the
the mic.
outsides of the, just on the outsides of the webcam. That would be a nightmare.
Nightmare. Nightmare. I can sing again.
Congrats.
Oh. Okay. You ready?
I'm ready.
You have everything up?
Oh my God, if you lean a little, it's right there. There's the bouquet. I have everything up.
Which way?
No, the other way. Beautiful.
Wow. All right, let's do it. S.
Do it. M.
Soup.
Soup.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to SMSoup, the #1 podcast with soup in the name, but not on the brain. I'm Spencer.
I'm Shelby.
And together, Shelby and I are here to take you on a journey through life's biggest questions, like, waiter, how is the soup made? We got a great episode for you today.
A good one.
A great one.
A fantastic one.
We got some vamping that's going to happen.
Vampty vamp vamp.
And then, kind of like a game.
Sure, sort of.
I
think it'll be a conversational jumping point.
You pose.
Yeah.
I respond. Call response.
I propose. You deny.
Yeah, because I'm a man.
Yeah.
I do the proposing.
Yeah.
And I propose. We get on with this episode. Shelby, how you doing?
Pretty good.
It's been 2 days since we last recorded.
It's been 2 days. There's not really a whole lot to talk about.
We don't need to.
We're
do this.
wearing pink.
We're wearing pink because the
for
Valentine's Day episode.
I dyed my hair just for this. Oh wait.
Nope.
It's been purpley reddish for a while.
Looks fantastic.
Thank
actually,
you.
I don't think we actually talked about it.
Today it is doing its thing. That's for sure.
Looks great. We haven't talked about it.
We haven't talked about it. I decided. Have you heard the term delulu?
No.
You haven't heard the term?
Because is it like you're delusional?
A bit, but like silly delusional.
Yeah.
Like you're not destructive delusional.
Yeah.
You're just like, I just kind of want to do something very silly.
You're going to put your whole dulacy into it?
What?
There's like, I don't really get it, but, it's like, I don't know. I'm guessing like the queer community started it and now everybody's just adopted it.
I wouldn't be shocked.
If I had to guess. But I think it's like you put your whole pussy into it.
Okay.
Like you really like.
Yeah.
I just snapped hard.
Okay.
Like that bitch.
Okay.
I think it's on that level.
Okay.
And then, so now people are like, you put your bussy into it, which I think is your butt pussy, but I'm not sure. And then people started like adding ussy onto the end of everything.
Okay.
So like he put his whole, like when Creed sings Higher,
Sure.
they put their whole Creed ussy into it.
Okay.
And stuff like that.
I think I've relatively heard this, but like I've never really thought about that.
So that's why I'm like,
hard.
did you put your whole delussy into it?
I got you.
Like, is it the same as that? I think it is. I think the Lulu and like saying like doing the Lulu or ussy.
Delulu
I think are like the same.
Is just like, okay, so this is an example given.
I don't think they're the same. I think they're like
in the universe.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Like they're the new YOLOs.
The example given is not me wearing my best outfit for the concert thinking Harry Styles will actually notice me in the crowd. That's Delulu. It's just like a silly, mildly irrational like way of thinking. Like you're just like,
yeah, I gotcha.
It's not like, it's just kind of like, I feel like it's like I'm being fun crazy.
Only women can be Delulu.
Women be Delulu.
Women be shopping.
No, but we were in Boston, as we said last week, and I decided I was gonna have a Delulu week. It's gonna be a little silly.
You really did. It's nuts.
I like what kind of, I don't know if it takes away from it or not. I like kind of pre-planned it, but like pre-planned it like 48 hours before going.
You got a tattoo and you dyed your hair in Boston.
in the hotel room. I brought my own towel because I would hate to stain and make people deal with that.
Very nice of you.
But yeah, I dyed my hair in the hotel room, which was very chaotic. And yeah, I went and got a tattoo pretty much on a whim, very much on a whim. It was fun.
Very fun. And you got to ride first class.
I did. Yeah, I didn't even explain this. Not for Boston.
No.
But when I said last week I flew to surprise like my family for some birthdays. I was on a super small, not the smallest plane I've ever been on, but a super small plane that I guess we've all come to the agreement it was technically classified as a jet, I guess. I don't know. You and my dad both said that. Like, you said it as a joke, and then my dad was like, no, it probably is.
A what?
You said,
what?
Like, it was such a small plane, it like might have been classified as a jet.
I said that?
You said that. But I think you were being an asshole.
I don't think I.
You were like, "Are you riding a jet?" And I was like, "I don't know." And you were like, "You're definitely riding a jet." Like you literally had a whole bit.
I think I said that.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, whatever. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It was a very small plane.
I don't know.
Had very few rows.
I'm being serious.
No, I can tell.
Okay, I really don't remember that.
And basically, long story short, I had a lot of shit I needed to get home. I managed to go up with just a carry-on. But then my family was like, "You forgot all this stuff here because you couldn't fit it after Christmas."
And you had been shopping.
And I had been shopping because Delulu women be shopping. And they were like, "Here, take all this home." And I was like, "Fuck." So I needed to check a bag, which I haven't had to do in a really long time. And it literally made sense. For an extra $17, I could fly first class and have a bag checked. And by flying first class, I technically could have had 2 checked bags. So we were almost for a second going to have to give me a second piece of luggage because we didn't think it was all going to fit. But no, I didn't need that.
Crazy.
So I paid first class.
By the way,
on an hour-long flight.
Do my records come as a part of that?
Yeah, I have them. They're already in our stack of records. Yeah, they're all over there. I put those in my carry-on so they wouldn't get banged around. But yeah, so finally have all of our shit home actually from the holidays. It all made it this time.
But how cool was that? You got to ride first class.
I got to ride first class.
Was it a good experience?
It was fine. Like, the best thing about it,
You're literally the worst.
was boarding first.
And getting
off first.
Yeah, 100%.
That was the best. That's where your money's at. And if you do check a bag,
don't you get more legroom?
It was more legroom. But what cracked me up is I was sitting
Weren't
there,
the seats more
and
comfortable?
I was like, the seats were more recliner-esque than like the regular.
You're literally the worst.
But what cracked me up is the footroom thing. I was like, Amtrak had more footroom.
You're literally the worst. There are people who will never ride first class in their life. I
mean, it wasn't that different than the plane because the plane was so small. The seats were very similar. Like, I'm being serious. Like, it wasn't like a total crazy experience. No, so boarding first, getting off first, best benefits. Also, if you do check a bag, it gets a sticker on it so it comes down the chute first. Also huge benefit. I remembered while sitting on the plane that first class means you get like the fancy beverage, right? So I see her making her rounds. She's like, "What do you want to drink?" I hear people going, "Wine, this, that." And I'm like,
because everybody in first class is an alcoholic.
I don't want wine. It was like 11 a.m. I don't want wine.
Yeah, it might have been noon at the latest.
At the latest. Which, like, I'm not, like, listen, it was a Sunday. Whatever the fuck you want to do, you do. I guess if you paid for first class, you're like, I'm getting my alcohol. I just didn't want it. Like, I was so not in the mood. Like, I would have been, like, annoyed with myself for ordering it just for the sake of ordering it.
Would you order apple juice?
So she walks up to me. I panicked. I was like, I can't just get water. I'm in first fucking class. Which also complaint, first class doesn't have cup holders. It just has a little flat surface that you set your drink on. And all the drinks come in glass. And I was like, why isn't there a cup holder? Everyone is sitting there holding it on the flat surface because there's not cup holders.
Dude,
why?
My least favorite type of person in the world is a person who would like receive an extra benefit and then spend 5 minutes only complaining about that benefit.
I'm not complaining.
You are.
I'm sitting here. I'm confused about it.
I can't believe there wasn't a cup holder. Like, oh my God.
I'm confused about it. So I see the hostess making her rounds and she's like asking people what they want. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't just get water. I got to get something nicer than water, but I don't want alcohol. So she comes up to me and I go, do you have anything sweet like lemonade? And she was like, we don't have lemonade. And I was like, do you
also
have...
lemonade's not
Well, I just wanted I didn't want soda.
You're an
I was trying to
insane
say I don't
person.
want soda.
You're an insane person.
And then I go, "Do you have
my
a
God.
juice?"
Oh my God.
And she goes,
All you would have had to say were, what are your juice options? Of course they're going to carry like orange juice,
and
apple
she
juice.
goes, we have a cran apple juice, which I feel like was there for children or people who have low sugar or something. And I was like, I will totally take that. But she really had to think about what they had because I'm the one who's like, what? I would like a juice, please. So I got my cran apple juice in a glass,
And then you kicked,
rocks,
your feet.
and then
You were kicking your feet because they didn't touch
my
the ground.
feet. Yeah, I was swinging them. I was like, can I have? And then they bring out a little basket of snacks, which you just can get a mix of nuts or the little cookie thing, the biscuit thing.
So
I don't remember. It's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same. That's what I'm getting at. So it was fun though. I enjoyed it. Again, boarding first was a huge win. I felt like a badass. They were like, class 1. And I was like, that's me.
That bitch you called.
So yeah, fun times. So yeah, I
Great.
flew first class.
Yeah.
That'll probably be the only time that ever happens.
No, not true.
You don't think so?
Probably not.
I guess there might be more flight deals like that in the future. If it has to be a deal, it has to be worth it. You know? What,
Yeah.
are you we're only flying first class from here on out?
Yeah. You've got a taste.
I've got a taste. And now I can't stop. So yeah, that was fun. Anything you want to touch on?
Yeah, I realized that weekend was something wild happened to me
Oh my God, yeah.
that I forgot about. It was as I was getting sick,
It was.
but we definitely talked about how we got Rock Band
We did.
or we got the instruments.
Yeah, we said it that was a few months ago. We
And
said
we
it was
have
the best purchase we've ever made.
We have a full kit now with us.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to play a little Green Day Rock Band.
Yeah.
And
Well, because you're slowly chipping away at the
there's
trophies.
yeah, and
of it.
there's a trophy for Green Day Rock, which the trophies for Rock Band are really hard. And
Yeah.
I probably just need to come to grips with the fact that I'll never platinum.
No,
them.
we need to come to grips that we need to make a friend who's exceptionally good at it.
Or we should just get good at it. But
No.
yeah. Well, and there's a trophy for getting gold stars, which means you have to play on the hardest difficulty and get such a score that you eclipse the 5-star system and get a
That's
gold star.
Outrageous.
And so I was like, oh, I bet singing is because playing expert guitar is really hard.
Yeah.
Expert bass is easier than expert guitar, but still really hard.
Yeah.
And then there's expert drums, which is also very hard, especially given the songs and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's just
Singing felt like your best option.
yeah, I can sing. I'm a decent singer,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
And I could not hit any of the low notes.
Yeah.
And I was going crazy. And I'm Googling like a mad person. And I don't know, maybe it was because I was starting to get sick. Maybe that was impeding my ability.
I also do think
But-
we tried singing. I feel sometimes the notes are just so fucking specifically
Yeah.
weird. You need to sing off to hit the note on
Yeah.
the screen because I found we were doing hard singing, not expert, but hard.
Yeah.
And I literally felt like I had to do a joking singing voice to hit any of the notes.
Yeah.
It wasn't I'm trying to hit this note. It was I need to do something obnoxious to actually get the mic to register I'm hitting that note. It's very finicky.
It's weird, yeah. And I was Googling, is this supposed to be hard? Am I just crazy?
Yeah.
And then some people were saying and this is just normal for if you don't know about singing, it's a head voice and a chest voice basically.
Yeah.
And so chest voice is where you're deeper, it's all in your chest.
Where your power comes from.
You know?
Manly
It's
man.
all in your chest, and
Yeah.
then you're more nasally and
Yeah.
head and throat. It's strictly in your throat
Yeah,
is where
yeah.
you do your high
Yeah.
notes. And I was hitting the high notes just fine. And I mean I've always been a borderline tenor
Mhm.
when it comes to singing,
You're the tenor I see.
even though I was so desperate to be a bass because I felt toxic masculinity and stuff.
Really? You struggled with that? Sorry. I didn't mean you struggled with toxic masculinity. I meant you really wanted to be a bass, even though you
Yeah,
were
'cause I
definitely
thought-
more of a tenor.
I thought it was bad.
That's
to be,
crazy.
I know. Well, now I love it because
Yeah.
hitting higher notes is much more impressive, especially as a man.
Yeah. That's funny because
And as a woman, it's more impressive if you're able to hit lower notes.
Oh, really?
Because it shows more vocal range. If you're a woman who can hit low notes, you can probably still hit most, if not all, of the high notes.
I can't. You can definitely go higher than I can.
Yeah, I can.
I've been in alto since day one, and senior year, I actually, because no one wanted to be a tenor, I actually just became a tenor because I found I couldn't hit certain high alto notes. Like I literally, like my voice would just give out. So I actually was a tenor, and I enjoyed being a tenor. That's like where my sweet spot is.
Yeah. Anyway,
we could have been tenors together.
Anyway,
tenor forever.
So now I appreciate it more because again, it's much more impressive as a guy.
Yeah.
To be able to you have so much more vocal range.
Yeah.
Anyway, so then I'm like trying to sing more, and then just because like people like will throw it around, people will say like, "Oh, I'm tone deaf" and stuff like that. And so then I got really self-conscious because so one thing is I don't know how to read music.
Yeah.
So that's one thing.
Sure.
I just like I see.
Sure.
I know I can look at music and know when I'm supposed to sing higher and when I'm supposed to sing lower.
But you don't know what you're actually
But I don't
hitting.
actually know what I'm.
Sure. I mean, that's very normal.
Yeah.
Most people don't know how to read music.
So then I got self-conscious and was like, maybe I'm tone deaf. Maybe I'm not actually like I need you to be honest with me.
You are not tone deaf.
No, not that.
No way in hell.
That's not what I'm asking.
Okay.
I need you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
Am I a good singer?
Yeah. Like you are like average person, like not even average because I don't know if the average person can sing. You are I call it like a knowledgeable singer. Like you know when you're hitting a note, you know when like you can hear it. Like I know you can hear it, and I know that like you understand like harmony, like you understand it, which I would call you then maybe it's classified as like a knowledgeable singer.
Do you enjoy when I sing?
Yeah.
Interesting. I don't love how you answered both of those questions. So didn't make me feel any more safe in my life.
Okay.
So just be better.
Okay.
But anyway, so then I took a test.
Okay, so what if you changed bodies with Brendan Urie? Yeah,
I took a test to figure out like a tone deaf test to figure out if you're tone deaf or not.
I really I know it's like probably not coming through because anyone listening to this is like, I have no concept of Spencer singing. You're definitely not tone deaf. And the fact that you fucking questioned it is comical.
I mean, I'm a really self-conscious person about a lot of things.
But the fact that you questioned it to the degree that you were like, I need to take a test to show if I'm tone deaf.
So then I'm taking the test. And
wait, what was the test? Can you describe it?
It literally was just like
it tested if you were human or not.
Pretty much. It was literally like identify the sound, which sound A or B has like a pitch change. So it would be like A, bum, 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 B, bum, 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 bum.
Okay. Yeah. And you just have you need to pick
and
B
like
because that's what changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was just like those. And then it was just like I forget. There were different things than just that to change it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But they were all
I thought it was gonna be like sing I Want It That Way into the microphone.
No, it doesn't make you actually like sing. But like if you can hear, I think that's what you and I then were arguing about, where it's just like if you can hear it, you can probably sing it.
To a degree.
If you can't sing it, you might be able to, or wait.
That's what I was trying to say. Yes.
I can't remember what we landed on.
That's the rabbit hole I went down because I was like, if you're not really like if you're an off-tone singer, does that mean you're tone deaf?
No, if you can't sing it, you might still be able to hear it.
Yeah.
But if you can't hear it, you can't sing it.
Yeah.
I think is what we were
agreeing
which
on. None of that is like we don't know, but that was what we and I were going back and forth on.
Yeah. So that didn't make me feel any better about my singing capabilities, but at the very least, I learned that I'm pretty sure I'm not tone deaf because I got a 100% on the test. And then I was sitting there.
I like how you aced the test and you're like, I'm still not totally confident.
Well, I'm not totally confident in my singing abilities.
No, you just said you're pretty sure you're not tone deaf. You are not tone deaf.
Well, I don't know if the test is a good test or not.
You are not. You
anyway,
are not tone deaf.
So then I was sitting there because it all felt so obvious. Then I was sitting there and I'm just like, what is a tone? How does somebody take this test and not get 100%? Because it's so blatantly obvious. It's so it's bum 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 bum.
I bet if we looked up a video of like someone tone deaf, I think we would have our worlds rocked.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so that was really funny.
That was really funny.
And I had to go through that all on my own.
I was dying.
And then I got sick, and so then I was delirious.
Yeah.
Then I was Delulu.
Yeah. No, you were just actually delirious. Or delusional is what it really stands for.
Whatever.
No,
It's crazy.
it cracked me up. And you told me that story like 3 days after it happened. Like I didn't hear about
It happened
any
on
of this
Friday,
in the
and I
moment.
think I told you Sunday. I think I told you when you got home.
No, I think you literally told me like Monday because Sunday you were so out of it. We like barely talked.
No, because Monday I couldn't. Oh no, Monday I could talk. I
Yeah.
think I told you Monday.
Yeah.
Right. And then Tuesday I lost my voice.
Sunday you were like dead. But yeah, it was so funny. I like couldn't believe you went on this whole journey by yourself because I was like, I could have told you straight up you were not tone deaf. All you would have had to do is text me and go, "Am I tone deaf?" And I would have gone, "What the fuck? No."
Yeah, but nothing you say is like ever like. There's never enough confidence behind it when I'm like asking you something.
Wow.
Like if I'm like, how does this outfit look? Like I feel you are just the type of person, and this annoys me, that like you always just say the thing that I want to hear, and I never know if you're just saying it because I want to hear it. And that has always been you. You're always that type of person to like you're just gonna say the thing that you know the person wants to hear, and you deliver it regardless of how you actually feel. You deliver it the same way, which is not confident. So then it just leaves me going like, no idea.
I'm sorry.
And then I pulled the whole thing.
Validated you well enough.
And then I pulled the whole thing where I'm like, I need you to be honest with me.
Yeah.
And then you don't say it with the confidence. And so then it's just like, you're just saying the outcome that I would technically want. So how do I know if that's actually, no, you are, because I want to think that I'm a good singer. No, because when you say
actually be honest, because I'm not delivering it with full confidence, it's because I'm sitting there like really trying to think about like how I feel about it.
But you can't that's
well, because if I hesitate,
if
that's not a good reaction. But me hesitating is me thinking about it. So I start going, and then I start answering your question because I'm literally thinking about it. But hesitation's bad. So I'm saying it, and then you're like, wow, you sounded really confident. And I go, no, I'm actually thinking about it. No, I really like that's what I think.
But when I
sat there in silence, you would hate that.
Yeah.
I like have to talk it out. I have to like think about it.
But like saying like. But like I would want like an immediate response on something that I would hope is like obvious.
Like
am I a good singer? Like you've heard me sing like a trillion times.
Well, I'm sitting here and I'm like, how can I be the judge of what's actually a good singer? I think you're a good singer.
Do you like when I sing?
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go.
There you go. But then you just said yeah right there and said it fast because we were just talking about it.
Yeah, I did think about it.
So is that actually how you feel? No, you said it fast. You didn't think about it.
I thought about it last time you asked. When you said you didn't like how I answered.
Anyway.
No, I do think you're a good singer.
Anyway.
I'm like, not to people's faces. I'm definitely honest when I think someone is like a good or bad singer. And if they were to ask me, I'd be like, eh.
So then you wouldn't be honest.
No, but that is being honest. Oh. That's being honest. Because I don't want to be mean. I think people should just do if it brings them joy, I think they should do it.
Hey, would you say you hate
because if I said if I said no, would you stop singing? If I said you're not a good singer, would you stop singing? I hope not. That's
probably.
Never my intention. I don't want people to stop singing.
Well, I would probably
I don't think people should ask that question.
I would be more mindful of when I sing.
It's also like, no, that would not be what I wanted. That's why I get nervous when people are like, do you think this looks good together? Like if they're wearing an outfit. And I'm like, do you feel good in it? Because if you feel good in it, that's what matters. If you genuinely, or if you're being indecisive,
people laughing behind my back, though.
Fuck them. If you're being indecisive, fuck you. If you're being indecisive, then sure, like maybe we can sit here and be like, maybe I would do this. But also, I'm like, if you feel good in it, then that's all that matters. That's genuinely how I feel about like everything. So I don't want I don't like telling my opinion to people because I don't want it to come across as like I don't want them to like be hyper analyzing what they're doing because they should just do what feels right and keep doing it. That's literally why I don't like people asking me their opinion. Because I'm like, I promise you don't want my opinion. We're already hyper-analyzing ourselves enough. Don't need to add more into it.
All right.
That's where I come from.
All right.
I do think you're a good singer. Genuinely.
We'll see. I have one more thing.
Okay.
I'm not going to ask a question. I'll save it for next time.
Question.
But I saw something that I just needed to bring up before I forget. And I think I'm like continuously having the realization that like as a whole, we're just so like fucking cooked.
Okay.
I think it's like unbelievable how much we've actually managed to regress,
Okay.
and it's really scary.
Yeah.
It's quite frightening
Mm-hmm.
that people just say stuff with such confidence
Mm-hmm. Unless it's Shelby.
that like nobody takes the time to actually make sure they're right about what it is that they're saying.
Sure.
And like it's not always necessarily bad. And the example I'm about to give, the stakes could not be any lower.
Oh God.
But it's concerning
Okay.
to a degree
I mean,
because
I think that's always been a thing.
and like it's just like it's such a basic thing that I'm
Okay.
about to talk about
Okay.
that I think is really concerning. This was on a post about the new True Detective season.
Okay.
And I'm going to read it verbatim and then I'll backtrack.
Okay.
Does it bother anyone else that most of the time there's no steam coming from anyone's breath when they are supposed to be in the middle of a frozen tundra? No, they meant to say, does it bother? And that's not the thing that I'm worried about.
Okay.
Do you know the thing that I'm worried about in this?
I'm assuming an answer to it.
Does it bother anyone else that
there's
most of
not-
the time there's no steam coming from anyone's breath when they're supposed to be in the middle of a frozen tundra?
Steam.
Yeah. Isn't that concerning? No, but seriously. Again, I know the stakes are so low, but I read that and it actually, I'm serious.
What's the top comment?
There's nothing. Nobody said anything. It had one like. It had 1.3 thousand views and one like.
Are you serious?
The like was concerning. That's when I took the picture of it. I took a screenshot of it.
No one responded to that.
Maybe.
Like, genuinely.
Maybe. I don't know. When I took the screenshot, nobody had responded to it.
That's crazy.
Shelby, isn't that concerning? It's like, come on.
That is not that concerning to me.
That is concerning. If people think that, like, when they see their own breath, they think that's steam.
How would you have worded that?
It's condensation.
Sure.
Or we can't see their breath.
Yeah.
It's not steam.
It is not steam.
That's concerning.
I don't find that the most. I think I get it.
It's concerning
it's, like, wrong.
that as a society, we don't like know that when we see our breath.
No, I think the hope is
that it's not the fucking gaseous form of boiling water.
I wish they would have said the gaseous form of boiling water coming out of their mouth.
That is what they're saying.
No, I know.
I know it's like we all understood what they meant.
Yeah.
But also,
well, okay, I hear what you're saying, but also like my least favorite thing in the world is like when I'm looking at a comment on a video and someone nitpicks something.
And again, my
because like we know what someone's saying.
My issue isn't necessarily a nitpick, but like also at the same time, this is like how regression happens because you don't challenge something and then it just becomes the norm to just say things that are wrong.
I understand the pattern you're going for and I'm not disagreeing with you.
And I just read that and I was just like, oh my fucking God.
I'm just like, of all the things to confront, is that the thing?
Maybe.
I don't know.
Like,
I don't know if I see that as the thing. I'm not disagreeing with the pattern you're bringing up. I'm not disagreeing.
Is boiling water.
Yeah.
It is water particles.
Yeah. Also, am I crazy? I feel like you do see their mouth breath.
We only watched one episode.
Yeah, and I feel like we saw mouth breath.
But like if you
that mouth breath.
if you walk outside
new scientific
and
term.
you
yeah.
The inside temperature of your mouth
it's hot always
is
boiling.
Not what is it 300 and
don't ask me these questions.
300 and something
I haven't had to
degrees
know this
Fahrenheit
information since 11th
is the boiling
grade.
point of water, I think.
Too many years ago.
It's not 100 degrees Celsius coming out of your mouth.
Yeah, there you go. That's easy.
It's condensation.
It's not yours.
Which I don't like. Again, and like, it's just the fact of like saying something so wrong.
Yeah,
that bothers me. And this is just an example.
Yes.
Again, this isn't the one to get mad about necessarily.
Yeah.
But I do find it like a little scary.
I mean, I do
It
think
fills me with a sense of dread
there's
that we can just say things that are just factually wrong,
yeah,
scientifically wrong.
yeah,
That we're saying something that it's fine to understand that there's like, I can see the through line, but again, if we're constantly just going like, I got what they meant, eventually we're just going to let that become the norm.
Is that why you've been such a pain in my ass lately about the words I use?
I have been a pain in your ass about the words you use because you say things and expect to just like, you expect me to conform, man, to the definition that you want to imply.
Uh-huh.
And it's not what you said.
Uh-huh.
Like if you go, hey, get the food out of the oven and the food's in the microwave, do I know what you meant? Yeah, but that's not what you asked me to do.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the reason why I'm taking such issue with this is because I do just have an issue with people saying things that are just not, like, you're not saying what you think you're saying.
Yeah.
But that's not why I've been a pain in the ass lately. I've been a pain in your ass lately because you're regressing.
Mm-hmm.
You're just thinking that you can just say things and people should just understand what it is that you're saying.
Yeah.
We have that a lot though, between the two of us, because I'll say things to you
I know
that make perfect sense to me.
No.
And you'll be like, no.
We do just have different ways of speaking when it comes to certain things. Not a lot, just very certain. I can't even sit here and be like, oh, this category of things. There are certain things that I feel like you and I just don't match on how we explain things. And then we're both sitting there like one of us is getting angry because we're like, what do you mean you don't understand what I'm saying? I don't know how else to say this. And the other one's going, none of what you just said made any fucking sense.
I think it's normally probably
classic man versus woman.
No, I think it's normally just when one of us tries to talk about the other person's thing.
Mm-hmm.
Is normally what happens. Because you'll ask me something about a video game.
That's normally, I want to like hit you when I'm like, oh, so this.
Did you?
And you go, what does that mean? And I'm just like, I don't know how else to ask the question I just asked. Literally literally 30 minutes ago.
I just didn't understand what you were asking.
30
that
minutes
was on
ago,
me.
you
I just
were
didn't
like,
understand
no, but
what you
like
were
that's
saying.
pretty much what happens. Like I didn't get mad.
But that wasn't me. But I wasn't getting mad at you. I didn't give you the answer you asked for. Like that's what I'm talking about. You will ask a question and I'll give you the answer.
Yeah.
And it's not actually what you meant to ask.
Right. No, it is what I meant to ask. You gave me the wrong answer.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That happens a lot. Anyway, that's not this. This is just like, it concerns me how every day people just like go like completely unchecked on things.
Sure.
And that bothers me.
I think that's a huge conversation on probably psychology and just a lot of like people who just have either people who don't want to be confrontational and like cause the problem, or people who are we'll say maybe arrogant or confident and just like are able to go unchecked because the average person they're interacting with isn't confrontational.
I just think like when it comes to like basic,
that's probably what that breaches
I think
into.
when it comes to like basic things you learn, I don't need the person to tell me what the boiling point of water is.
Sure.
Probably something that we should all know.
In theory.
Like
I just know if I turn oven on eventually.
I don't care necessarily about that, but like so when you pour an ice cold glass of milk.
My classic daily ice cold glass of milk.
No, but what do you describe a cup that gets water on the outside? What do you describe that as?
Condensation.
Or no, you would say
sweat.
Yeah, exactly. You'd say it's sweating. Sorry, I was looking for you to say the thing. You said the right thing, which is right. But I don't care if somebody doesn't say condensation. But if somebody said, "Oh, my water's steaming. My glass of water's steaming," I'd slap them.
You would take that glass
slap
and
them
you'd
in the
throw it
face.
across the room. That's so funny.
So anyway,
I think this is so interesting.
It really does bother me.
I'm sorry.
It really bothers me.
I can tell it's been bothering you extra lately.
What does that even mean?
No, because it has been. Because
what else have I ever? What other example have I given you?
Literally started. It's because the way you're saying to me about it. Because you're literally going. You're not saying the words you mean, and I'm just like, oh my god! Like I'm like, wow! I didn't realize I had to be so hypercritical.
But if you say things wrong.
This is what I'm saying. I can tell it's bothering you extra lately.
I just don't want you going out into the scary real world.
You regressing.
Because you're a little girl. You're a little girl. It's a big, scary world out there, you know?
And those
And you're
scary
gonna
men
ask-
out there.
Yeah, and you're going to ask a man a question,
Mhm.
and you're not going to ask it the right
And
way.
they're gonna go, what
and he's
were
gonna
you
beat you.
wearing? Yeah, exactly. So on the topic of everyone getting along, it's Valentine's Day. I can't remember. Oh, it's 2 days before Valentine's Day when this is being released. So happy Valentine's Day if you choose to celebrate. If you don't, whatever. Get yourself some discount chocolate in a few days. I'm going to present Spencer some Valentine's Day activities / dates / gifts / I don't know, whatever else I came up with. And you're going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 5 hearts or 1 to 5 flowers, whatever you're feeling. Chocolates,
How many
chocolate covered strawberries.
How many options are there? 5?
I gave you 5
Why don't I just rank them?
scenarios. Oh, that's fun. Yeah.
So
I
whichever
like
one I
that.
think's best is 5 stars, and
I like it.
subsequently
I like
go
it.
down.
I like it.
Or
I
5
like it.
hearts.
Yeah.
Cool.
Or chocolates or whatever.
Or flowers.
Or chocolate covered strawberries.
Or kisses.
Ooh. Goo kisses?
Or Valentine's Day special occasion.
Lingerie. 5 football games. 5 Super
5.
Bowls.
Anal.
Oh God. I think the worst thing that came out of the Super Bowl getting an extra game is now how is a man supposed to remember Valentine's Day is the same week as the Super Bowl?
Yeah, that's the other thing. People just have like the most garbage takes about things.
No shit.
Like, oh my God. And that's the other thing. I think
Yeah.
it's social media is the issue.
No
People
shit.
just go completely unchecked
Yeah,
on social
absolutely.
media.
Absolutely.
And then the other thing that annoys me,
Yeah.
and this is like specifically about the Asmongold guy who literally had a fucking cockroach crawling on him because that's how fucking disgusting he is. Anyway, he was the one who had the take about how like we shouldn't care about what artists think. And then like 2 days later,
Oh.
an entire fucking game studio was like laid off,
Yeah.
which isn't the same thing, but is like the scary part of like saying that like the people who create things don't matter what they think.
Yeah.
And then we just like fucking shit can them
Yeah.
left and right. But the thing that pisses me off about that is that he said that everybody dunked on him for days about it and said that it was a garbage take and he's a piece of shit for saying it. And then he posted a 2-hour video that got 300,000 views in like an hour saying my response to being canceled. You are not canceled. If you say something and people say you're an idiot for saying that thing, you are not canceled. Those are not the same things. If you get dunked on left and right, you are not canceled. We gotta stop just saying the word canceled left and right.
Yeah.
If you're a piece of shit who says a piece of shit thing, says something racist, says something homophobic, says something whatever, right? Against another group, and then people say, you are no longer getting gainful employment because of this. You're not like going to be in the public eye anymore because of this, because you are a garbage piece of shit and nobody should care about you. Then you are canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Then we have effectively canceled you.
Mm-hmm.
If you still get 300,000 views, guess what? You didn't get canceled. If you're still racking in $1 million fucking dollars,
Also, did this
you are
person
not
exist
canceled.
before this comment?
Yes.
Oh,
He's always been big.
I don't know who this is. Yeah.
So Valentine's Day dates.
Valentine's Day.
Gosh, just hate it.
What is our basic, our very brief,
Oh,
because
then
we've
that's the other
been
thing.
ranting.
Just asking, just saying shit. Like, basically saying it's gay to care about your wife. Like, people who are like, well, my husband cares about football and he still managed to plan a nice Valentine's Day date for the two of us.
Uh-huh.
And then people are like, well, sorry, your husband's not a guy. And it's just like, fellas, is it gay to love your wife?
Talk about toxic masculinity.
Seriously, it's so
Talk
annoying.
about being a piece of shit.
I'm sorry.
human.
I just like,
Yeah, I can tell.
it like, yeah, you can tell. It's been boiling over here of late.
Yeah.
People not saying the right words.
Yeah.
People
People being pieces of shit.
Yeah. Just terrible takes left and right.
Yeah, I get that. A quick synopsis. It's all right.
I'm so sorry.
A quick synopsis. What is your and my expertise on why we get to say what's a good and bad Valentine's Day date? We've done like 1 or 2 Valentine's Days in 8 years. And I think we've done it right. One of them you fake proposed to me.
Was that Valentine's Day?
It was technically our like 6 months, but basically we combined the two because I think it was in February. It was in February. I know that for a fact.
We started dating in September. September to October.
November, December, January, February. Oh, it was February. I know for a fact it was February. Because I had called my family because a birthday was happening in February and was like, Spencer, fake propose. And I think they all shit their pants because they were like, you've been dating 5 months. Anyway.
I knew.
He knew. So yeah, that's our expertise on Valentine's Day. So I'm going to present you these 5 things and you will rank them.
Okay.
Sounds good? Some are wordier than others.
Great.
Option 1, it's the evening. I don't care if these like are Valentine's Day, if they're just like the week of, they're all for Valentine's Day. So whether you see them as the context of it's February 14th and they're all happening this day and this is the way you'd want things to happen or whatever, that's up to you. It's the evening. It's been a long day at work. You've eaten dinner and you're ready to relax. You begin walking to the sofa. But what's this? A trail of petals leads you up the stairs. OMG, there are candles everywhere. There on the bed, wrapped in a luxurious soft blanket, is your PlayStation Portal. You get tucked into bed, water by your side. Hydration's very important. With some background music on, and you get to spend the night with the thing you love most in this world. Right off the bat, what would you rank that? Just like, no comparison.
This is not how I thought this was going to go. If you can't tell.
No, I know. I don't think any of these are going to be what you expected. I love that for Valentine's Day, I went, you get a night to yourself, which isn't how we spend nights anyway.
I was really thrown off.
You see, I let it like it was going to be like, ooh, something saucy.
No, I was thrown off by the fact that like the Valentine's Day date didn't start until after dinner and everything was done.
Right. So I'm saying you had a normal day.
I would say this is probably a if I had to pre-place it, I'm thinking it's a 2.
Okay. Because there wasn't anything special about it.
Like a 2 out of 5.
Like the day was still normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, where do you fit into the picture?
Well, exactly. That's the point. I'm not there.
Yeah.
I did something nice for you. It was in theory what's happening.
Potentially
the worst idea I've ever had. Yeah, no, that's fair.
We'll say.
Okay.
I just don't want to like right off the bat be like, this is definitely the worst one.
I get it. I hope you literally have that take about all of them.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Can't wait.
I forgot what I wrote for some of these. Okay, option number 2. Netflix and chill. But by Netflix and chill, I mean you have to set the thermometer to 50 degrees and huddle around a phone screen because that's the only device Netflix will allow you to watch it on so far. AKA, we got kicked out of every other device.
1.
Okay. 3. As a gift, I present you a mixtape. These are all the songs I want you to play throughout the day to think of me. It's simply your 2023 Spotify Wrapped.
1. I'm no longer ranking them. I'm just gonna give them scores. I'll stand by. I'll give the Portal 1 a 2, but the other 2 are 1s. And you want to go for high score. This is not golf.
Option number 4. This date night is titled, Uh-oh, the power is out. As soon as your workday is done, all the lights shut off and you can't turn them back on. You're crawling on your hands and knees looking for more candles. Grogu is screaming in your ear that he wants food. Uh-oh, what's that? A trail of blood. I mean, ketchup on the ground. That's right. It's a murder mystery date night in the dark.
I'll give this one a 3
for creativity.
Well, also like
also, do you think you'd be scared? Like, I'd give you no context.
Yeah, no,
like,
I definitely would be scared.
Also, by you figuring out it's ketchup, that means you definitely swiped it up and sniffed it or licked it. in this scenario.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I think I would know it's not blood.
Yeah. It's like way too wrong texture.
Because if it's a lot of ketchup.
Yeah. It's
you've,
clumpy. Yeah.
Well, if it's just like a trail of ketchup.
Yeah.
And it's just like a line.
It was also definitely the end of the can. So like you really see the splats.
Okay, which is it? Which is it? Can you just let me talk for 2 seconds?
Yeah.
Is it a line or is it spread out?
No, it's a line.
So then how is it spurts?
Because when it's like running out at the end and it's like, it starts doing that.
So it's spread out.
No, well, no.
So it's like buckshot. Which is it?
It's a line, but you know what happens when it starts to run out, and you just like shake it, and you're like trying to get it to go, and
if it's a line,
it spits every now and then.
Either way, it doesn't matter.
It's a line.
It doesn't matter. If it's ketchup everywhere, it's gonna be, and I'm gonna be able to smell it. I have a pretty good sniffer. If it's a line, it's gonna be too clumpy. Like in no scenario am I gonna think it's blood.
Okay. So it's the 3. Last option. Do you like how none of these have involved me except Netflix and chill? Like activities we do together.
I don't think any of these are. Yeah, whatever.
Are you gonna say none of these are good?
None of these are good.
Oh my God. 5. You're provided a box titled "Date Night in a Box," and you're simply given.
Is this just the plot to the game?
And you're what?
What?
The game?
I think that's what it's called. The game.
Game night?
No. I think it's called the game. And like a box shows up, and if you like open it, you can win $1 million, but like
Grogu.
I don't know. But you have to like kill somebody.
Oh.
Whatever.
I have no idea. Grogu's about to jump on the counter. What are you doing? He wants the flowers. Okay, you're provided a box titled "Date Night in a Box," and you're simply given items and have to decide what the date is moving forward. Your box contains a sponge, a rope, 1 piece of chocolate, and a pair of fuzzy slippers.
Okay. And so now I build the date?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need me to read off the items again?
Yeah.
A sponge.
Yep.
A rope.
Yep.
1 piece of chocolate.
Yep.
And a pair of fuzzy slippers.
Okay. I'm going to eat the piece of chocolate.
Okay. You're not even going to share it?
No.
Okay.
I'm then... I'm going to put on the fuzzy slippers.
Okay. Wow. Very much about you.
I'm then going to take the rope.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fashion a loop for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yep.
I'm going to put my head through said loop.
No.
And I'm going to put the sponge in my mouth.
No.
So you can't hear me scream.
No.
And then because the fuzzy slippers are probably a little slippy on the bottom, I'm gonna what? What?
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna stand on a chair. Oh my God. This is the longest silence.
So of all 5, is there one you'd prefer?
What the fuck am I supposed to do with 5, dude?
What?
What am I supposed to do? What, like, with those items? What am I supposed to do? I think I chose the best option.
Nope, I don't think so.
Honestly, after hearing the 5 options.
Here's my...
Let's see. Okay, wait, no, I actually know. Ooh, I actually know.
Okay.
I don't really know what to do with the slippers, though.
The slippers are the hard part for you? The sponge throws me off.
No.
Okay.
I think what you actually do is...
Okay.
You take your partner.
Sure.
Give them the piece of chocolate.
Cool.
Right?
Sensual.
Nice little sweet,
mm-hmm.
little sweet taste thing.
Mm-hmm.
Then you put the sponge in their mouth.
You know what to say. Sweet then savory.
Take the rope.
Uh-huh.
Tie their
wrists together.
Tie their wrists.
Okay.
right?
Uh-huh.
And now I'm struggling with the slipper.
Okay.
Now I don't know what to do with the slipper.
And then you
Honestly,
you Cinderella style.
maybe I put the slippers on.
Put the slipper on.
Maybe I put the slippers on.
Okay.
So that way my feet don't get cold.
Sure. Totally valid.
While
Yeah.
I go cave diving.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Grogu knows what I'm saying.
Grogu knows what you're saying.
What else did you do?
What would I do?
Yeah. What the? Yeah. Yeah. What would you do with those 4 items?
All right. I think what I would do, I would turn it into a game. All right. Oh, yeah. Here we go. I turn it into a game. All right. The sponge is set up on one side of the room. Vertical. It's standing upright, looking at you. It's making fun of you. We take turns. You have to each put on these slippers when it's your turn. Running start towards the sponge. Lasso it. And you keep going back and forth until someone lassos it and they get the chocolate. And it's called slip and lasso.
All right.
So anyway, what are we doing for Valentine's Day this year?
We're getting tattoos.
Woo! We're getting tattoos.
No, you know what though? Actually, what are we doing for Valentine's Day? This is the other thing that just absolutely annoys me about you is that we can't just
Apparently for Valentine's Day, we're going to therapy.
we can't just ever do anything without there just being some bit tied to it. What did you propose? There's like some fucking nonsense happening. Some concert or something.
I am referring to the candlelight experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
where you literally, it's just supposed to be really cool. You like watch an orchestra perform a lot of music.
Yeah. Great.
Via candlelight.
Then you somehow needed to take that and make a theme for something that is just the two of us. We're not these people, Shelby. Let's not become these people who like need to like make a theme out of everything.
Correction. You're not those people.
No, we are not those people.
You're not those people.
We are not those people.
You're not
we
those
are not
people.
those people. We're not. We're not the type of people who have to like make a theme out of everything.
You know I can be that kind of person.
No, you're not.
I can be.
No, you're not. We make fun of those people.
Sure. I make fun
They're
of myself
losers.
all the time. I'm a loser.
We hate those people.
I hate myself.
So you would do the same thing that I would do with those 4 items.
No.
That's selfish.
What's selfish?
That you wouldn't be willing to tie my wrists together, put the sponge in my mouth after giving me the chocolate. I would still like the slippers on though in this scenario because my feet do.
Wow, so you just get all of it.
I have feet issues. Yeah, so then you were like, oh, I know what we can do for Valentine's Day. This thing that we're not doing, what if we just did something, but we like named it? It's just the two of us. What are you doing? It's not for anybody else.
It's the point.
Let's just make candles.
It's called fun.
It's not.
It is for me.
It's not. How is that fun for you?
I don't know.
What's fun about that? How do you not?
I came up with a mini concept.
What does it matter?
It's gonna be a small activity. I made a playlist for it.
It makes no sense, dude.
It doesn't need to make sense.
It does.
No, it doesn't.
Why? Why do it?
Why do it and I not do it?
What?
Huh?
Why?
Why not?
Why?
Why not?
Why? You can't know. I demand to know why.
Okay, here's the concept. The candlelight things. I just explained what they were. You literally listen to an orchestra perform generally like a theme, whether it's like a composer, a specific movie soundtrack, something or like different things, different eras of music. And they perform it, and then you just get to like sit and enjoy it. And I've always like kind of wanted to go to one of those. Like I find that a very attractive idea, but I'm like, don't really like, there's not really any happening like that workout for me to go to. / what actually happened is I've found a newfound obsession in Hans Zimmer.
Yeah. Hans Zimmer goes hard.
And I've always known that, but I've like been like, I'm realizing how much shit that, cause I'm a big movie soundtrack.
You're going to have to speed it up, dude. We're getting
You're the one
limit.
who delayed this whole thing like 35 minutes.
We're into the limit.
So I'm like, wow, I love Hans Zimmer. So I realized Candlelight does a Hans Zimmer version. And I was like, oh my God, that'd be so sick to go to. I looked up the soundtracks they take from. Those aren't the soundtracks that I want. I'm very picky. So I'm like, I could just build my own Hans Zimmer's Candlelight soundtrack. I literally found live performances of a lot of these shit. Built a fucking playlist. And you're like, was so proud of myself. And I was like, why don't we make our own candles? Will's listening to the soundtrack. Yeah. So I called it Creating Your Own Candlelight.
It's the naming. It's like the fact that you named it. If you would have just come up to me and been like, you know these things? Like, I always kind of wanted to go to one, but like none of them actually seemed that good. So I was thinking like, what if we made candles and like kind of just did our own? And just left it at that?
So you're saying you are on board with everything but the name I came up with.
It's the fact that you had to name it. I'm like, who are you naming it for?
Me.
But why are you telling me? So it's not even the theme thing.
Okay.
Because
the words you used 30 seconds ago were you hate the theme.
Yes, you're right.
Shut the fuck
you're
up.
Right. It's the because understanding how you got to like coming up with the idea is like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
It's the fact that you were like, I'm just trying to come up with a name for it. That is just like, it like breaks me a little bit. I'm like, why? Why are you coming up with a name for it?
Fun. So yeah, Create Your Own Candlelight coming to you February 14th. By coming to you, Spencer and I will be doing it ourselves. Hopefully, maybe we'll see. But yeah, we are getting tatted for Valentine's Day. We're using that as the excuse to finally get tatted, basically.
That's not why we're using it as the excuse to get tatted. We're just getting tatted.
We're getting tatted, and you said, what if we technically did it for Valentine's Day?
Did I?
Yeah. Oh my God. Are you serious right now? You're the one who said that. You proposed the idea. Are you fucking with me right now? You said that.
And maybe I don't know if I like it or not, but once I come up with a name for it, I'll love it. Maybe we should call it like Tit for Tat.
Yeah, let's call it Tit for Tat.
Yeah.
Okay. So thank you all for being here. And for listening to this chaos. If you made it through here, all of this, honestly, you deserve a treat.
You deserve that piece of chocolate.
You
Throw
honestly might want to sign up for therapy. Yeah. So you can find both of our socials if you feel like it in the description of every show. You should definitely give us only positive feedback about SMSoup. However, the app you're on tells you to do that. You should do that right now because we need it. And you can also follow us.
Don't hesitate.
Don't hesitate.
I don't like when people hesitate.
Spencer hates when people hesitate. It makes me
feel like you didn't
only
actually
use the
mean
words you actually should be using. So use your breath mouth and talk about the podcast online, or follow us at SMSoup Podcast on TikTok, Instagram, and that's where our YouTube is at, is SMSoup Podcast if you're interested. So thank you all. I hope you all have a great week.
Watch movies from 1983.
Watch movies from 1983. Bye.